You know, I heard they recently decided to add more hops to it.
And I'm in the front row, and I'm hammered drunk.
You do not have anything to drink. Can I get you a tasty refreshment?
Yes. I'll have a beer.
Wunderbar.
Hey, careful, man. There's a beverage here, huh?
And welcome to another episode of the Buzz Basement Bros podcast. My name is Aaron, and I am joined by the pumpkin spice princess? Pussy. Andy.
I heard that last part.
Nuh-uh, no way.
Yeah-huh.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah-huh. I'll go by princess. Pussy? Really? Really? I mean, that's a stretch.
I just don't like anything pumpkin, honestly. Like, I don't eat pumpkin pie.
And
I don't
nothing pumpkin likes you. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm completely fine with it.
Pumpkin is awesome.
So we had bunnies. We had pet rabbits.
Mm-hmm.
I forget how we got the first one. I think somebody that my dad worked with, like, oh, we're going to sell this rabbit to, for meat or whatever. Do your kids want a pet bunny? And I think that's how we got the first bunny when I was like 6.
Yeah. Oh, no. It can't go to the slaughter. We'll buy it.
Yeah. Well, or take it home or, whatever.
Yeah.
But then I've had pet bunnies ever since, basically. Dogs and bunnies, because we're basically running a fucking petting zoo. And my mother, when I was growing up, when I was living at home, she used to feed the bunnies pumpkin, and then she'd clean the bunny cage, and there was a little bit of gap because we didn't have a whole lot of yard in between the garage. There was about 4 feet between the garage and the neighbor's fence, because everybody has fences.
Yep.
In the city that I grew up in, separate. This is my land. This is your land. Fuck you.
Do not cross.
This is the fucking line. Yeah. But
We'll wave to each other.
yeah,
Don't come into our backyard.
yeah, you can fuck off over there, and I'm
Yep.
gonna fuck off over here. We'll wave, be courteous. It's not like in our little tiny town where everybody
It's
loves
not
each
rural.
other. Yeah, but my mom used to take the bunny poo and throw it in the little 4-foot gap in between the garage and the neighbor's fence.
I know exactly where this is going.
And holy fuck, the pumpkins were massive because she used to feed the bunnies pumpkins. We had so many fucking pumpkins. Just so many massive fucking pumpkins that would grow in that little section. I mean, it was in the shade and everything. Like, nothing else grew there. Like, you're not going to use that part of the yard, quote unquote. I mean, it's fucking,
Turns out you could have.
to grow fucking pumpkins.
Pumpkins, man.
And then gourds. She started feeding them gourds too. So then she would have so many fucking gourds.
So many gourds and squish and
Yeah. And we never ate a single one. She just used them to decorate the front yard that was like 17 feet wide.
Yep.
It was like, what the fuck?
look at all these gourds that came from my rabbit's asshole.
Exactly.
Yep.
That's what she used to do.
Yep.
We were gifted a John Deere, like a plastic wagon, because we had a little foot-powered John Deere tractor.
Let me guess, you filled it with gourds.
Yeah, and eventually it became a decorative piece. And she just threw fucking gourds in the thing.
Oh, yes.
Fucking stupid. Anyway.
God, I love pumpkin.
Pumpkin spice. Any hoodles. Last session, we did not get to try the bourbon that I brought over.
No, we didn't even mention it.
No, because I put it in the spindle, and
It's been staring at me in the face.
I guess I spun it the right direction.
the calligraphy on the A's.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, is like
So,
very catching.
have you tried it yet?
I have not tried it yet.
So,
no.
what I want you to do is I want you to try it. It's called Ancient Age.
Okay. Prost.
Prost. What is this? A fucking pentagon? You gave me a weird ass glass. This is all that's clean over there, or what?
Yeah.
It's got 5 sides.
6.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, it's got 5 sides.
Does it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6 sides. It's fucking. It's a weird. It's not round. It's fucking weird.
Is it a pentagon with 6 sides? No.
No, Pentagon. I know Pentagon is 5. It's the biggest office. Well, it was the biggest office building in the world until like 20 years ago. But anyway,
In hoodles. That's not bad. That's not bad.
I'm going to tell you the story.
I don't know if it's going to be if it would be my go-to.
No,
but it's not bad.
It tastes like bourbon is supposed to taste.
Yeah,
that's bourbon. It is pretty smooth. You put a cube in it.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, if you let the cube mellow a little bit, put one more cube in there and let it mellow. It's actually a lot better. Well, here's the story behind this bottle. I had never had Ancient Age before, but there's that liquor store. Oh, calm down there.
ASMR.
I hate those videos so much. Anyway, the liquor store up by work, they're open at fucking 6 o'clock in the goddamn morning.
Mm-hmm.
And I go in there, and that's where I found the bottle of Blanton's randomly on the shelf, 6-8 months ago for $80 fucking dollars. And I snatched that bitch up.
But I hate to tell you, it's been more than 6-8 months ago.
Has it?
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't remember the time frame.
Probably like a year.
Whatever. A year ago. But I go in there, and I needed to buy a bottle for neighbor who was on here. Whatever. A couple months ago.
Yeah.
It was a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Legit a couple months ago.
Yeah, we don't whore ourselves out too much.
Ish. But I need to buy. He buys me a bottle for my birthday, and I buy him a bottle for his birthday. I don't know. It's just something we've done for years and years. That you drink the bottle together, and it's a good time.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, I know they have a good whiskey selection because that's where I found the bottles of fucking Blanton's. And I went and I'm wandering around, and I'm staring, I'm looking at bottles, and the guy behind the counter, who I've never seen there before, usually it's a little old lady. Mm-hmm. And he goes, you like bourbon? And I go, yeah. He goes, and I bought neighbor guy a bottle of Duke. It's like, I think I paid $47 for it. It's the John Wayne whiskey bourbon. I don't know. I've never had it before.
Yeah.
I don't think I've tried that one. But I'm like, it looks interesting. It's in the price point. It's got a cork. It's fine.
It's checking most of the boxes.
Yeah, it's checking all the boxes.
Yeah.
Because that's what I spent on the other neighbor too. And he's like, "Oh, you like bourbon?" I'm like, "Yeah, in all honesty, I drink cheap beer. I drink Busch Light, but I'd like to drink decent, not good whiskey, not like $200-$300 bottle of whiskey, but I like good whiskey.
Yeah,
50, 60, something that's good. I like what I like." And he goes, "Oh, I got some allocated stuff in the back." And he brings out, he's like, "Oh, I got 8 bottles of this week, this Ancient Age." Turns out it's rarer than I thought it was.
Really?
Yeah. It's only $18. Can you believe that bourbon is only $18 fucking dollars?
This is only 18?
That's $18 bourbon.
Okay.
It's the best $18 bottle of bourbon I've ever bought. I bought 2.
Yeah.
There's one in Club Rick too.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to buy one here for one for the studio and one for Club Rick.
I wouldn't have put this at $18.
What would you have put it at?
Probably around 40, 50.
Yeah. See? Yeah. He's like, "Oh, that's allocated." And allocated means he only gets X amount of bottles a month. Mm-hmm. And then I'm at the cash register, and it's 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, man, I stop here, maybe once a month, and I come in here and I spend at least like $80-$90 at a time because I know you have the selection. And he goes, "Why? What else have you bought here?" And I go, I'm like, do I want to tell him? Was it a mistake?
Always tell him.
And I'm like, no. And I'm like, all right, fuck it. I don't care. I was exhausted. I just wanted to go home. Like, I was the guy that came in at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, and I found that bottle of Blanton's for $80. And he goes, "That was you?" And I go, yes, that was me. And I tell that story all the time Because then I go, the last time I saw it out in the wild, you know, just randomly, the guy wanted $300 for it. And he goes, I donated it to a fundraiser just south of here, 20 miles south of where the liquor store is. And he goes, they auctioned that thing off with the rich people, and that thing went for $2,500.
Holy shit.
Holy fuck balls. And you put it on the shelf
for $80.
$79.99. And I go, I appreciate it. I still have a little left.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. He goes, oh man, they went crazy. And then he tried to sell me a $250 bottle of whiskey. And I'm like, no, I'm good, man. Just give me the 2 bottles of the fucking the ancient age.
Unless you price match that bottle of Blanton at $80, I don't want your $250.
I'm like, I know where the bourbon is because I've been here enough times. And I was walking down the aisle. I saw the little fucking horse on the top. and I'm like, oh, well, I got to look at the price. It's just on the shelf. It's not behind the counter. I'm like, I got to look at the price. And then I put it in my hand. I'm like, I'm buying. I thought it was a mistake.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm glad that you found it, because then he goes, I have a list of 7,500 people that would pay $300, $400 for that bottle that I just put on the shelf for $80. I'm so glad that you appreciate that you bought that bottle for $80. And I go, that's why you have a fucking customer for life. This is where I like to come buy my fucking bourbon, man.
Yes, because I found it once.
I'm coming back forever.
Yes. It's
and I can find Anna's vanilla rum there on occasion too. That helps. Yeah,
that does help.
And it's on the way home.
That reminds me of when I bought my bass guitar. That rigmarole. Did I
your brother has custody of that right now.
Yeah, but did I ever tell you the story about
that's a nice bass, and that's a nice setup.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you about the story about me buying that bass guitar?
You might have once. I don't remember, honestly. It's been I think we jammed one time.
Yeah.
Hey, play here, play here, and then
a couple times.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You want a tissue, bud?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
You're just gonna fucking sniffle into the microphone? Jesus, I'm gonna. God damn it.
So, I went and bought that bass guitar up yonder in the local music store.
It's a nice bass.
It was a nice bass.
It's a hollow body violin style bass.
Yeah, a viola style.
Yeah,
and with the wood staining and all that stuff.
Yeah,
really pretty.
Sunburst, beautiful,
really pretty. Bass.
No idea the brand. It looks pretty.
And I saw it sitting on the shelf, and I saw the price tag on it for like $250. I'm like, oh, you know what? That's a pretty bass. I'll buy that. I'll buy that for $250, right? I was young, didn't have any other bills or whatnot. Right. I'll buy you that for $250.
I've done that with guitars before too.
So,
I got the money.
Yeah, I got the money. Why not?
Yeah, fuck it.
I think my brother was with me too when I bought it, and we brought it up to the cash register, and we checked out with it. And my brother, being a local music teacher, goes to that store more frequently than I do. So he went back like 3 days later, and he's in line, and this guy in front of him is just irate, pissed off at the store because the guitar I bought from the store, he had on hold. His like crazy ex sold it to the store.
Oh, dude, that sucks.
And he had found it. He had told the store, like, hold it for me till we figure this shit out, and I'll come back and I'll pick it up and all that stuff. They never took it from the shelf, and so I bought it. Fast forward like 5 years. We're having dinner with one of Liz's friends and her husband who works at the store. And
I met him once before. Yeah.
And I'm talking to him, and we get on the subject of my bass guitar. And I'm like, oh yeah, I bought this one bass guitar from you guys. And I describe it to him. I told him how much I paid for it, and he looks at me and goes, I remember that. I sold you that guitar. I'm like, you did? And he goes, yeah. And then I got my ass chewed because it was on reserve. I'm like, yeah, I know. It's great.
Because did you buy the bass with the amp?
No,
No, you bought the amp separate.
I bought the amp from neighbor guy.
Oh,
over
okay,
yonder.
yeah.
He knew a guy, like he
Always.
always does.
Yeah.
From the next town over, and so I'm like, sure, you know what? I don't have
You can't
an
play
amp.
bass acoustic.
Yeah, I don't have an amp, so sure, I'll go there. I'll talk to the guy, see what he's got, and it was one of the guys that used to be in their band, or an associate of their band, who had like a whole
So
bunch of
many.
amps.
Yeah.
And so,
Right now, I have 3 amplifiers, and I don't really play on any of them.
yeah. So
I mean,
we
so-
showed up at this dude's house at like 9:30 in the morning, and he showed us in, and he plugged in his bass into this amp. And it's like, yeah, this is a pretty good sounding amp, and just started jamming like 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, yeah, that'll do. Like
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
that'll do. Like, honestly, as long as I can plug it in and play,
Yeah.
I don't have that much preference. And it sounded good. How much did you want? And he's like, $80. I'm like, okay,
Fucking awesome.
okay, here you go.
If you can find any kind of amplifier for $80,
Oh yeah.
it's worth the money.
So yeah, I bought it for $80.
Yeah, there you go. And now your brother is keeping custody of that thing.
No, I don't want to scare my dog.
You can come to my house. I got a whole room dedicated to music shit.
Bro, we record because I don't get to your house.
I have a garage. I have Club Rick. We could fucking plug in out there.
True.
You can make us. I really don't
All right,
have
kids, color this picture book.
don't really have any neighbors. I mean, there's enough gap in between Club Rick and the neighbor's place. Well, we could be loud as shit if we. Well, I mean, I'm loud as shit all the time out there.
That is true.
It is true.
That is true.
I honestly, I haven't been playing as much guitar as I wanted to lately. Been busy and stuff. But yeah, we should jam, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we already started a podcast. We might as well start a band.
I mean, we need a drummer. We could find a drummer.
Actually, you know what? Speaking of guitars and basses,
You know,
and
if we just need. I have the acoustic box,
Mhm.
and I have a mixer thing. Like we could take the microphones from the podcast, and then somebody just needs to
yeah,
keep a beat, and we could
we could do
do
that.
we could do a band.
We could do that.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of guitars and such, my new partner at work just said the other day that he had just bought. He's young, fucking 20 years old, still lives at home with mom and dad.
Yeah.
Right,
Young gun.
making bank. In fact, he just
Stupid money.
bought some like new fucking car. He ordered it special, type bullshit. Right.
What
So,
kind of car? Do you know what kind of
I
car?
don't remember.
You don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
You don't give a shit anyway.
I don't. It's a car.
That a boy.
But he was telling me at work the other morning. He's like, "Yeah, I just spent like $500 on an amp, some chords, and a guitar." And I looked at him like, "Huh, cool. I have a bass guitar." And he goes, "Really?" I'm like,
Oh, yeah?
Yeah." And he goes, "I told my buddy that we should start up a band." And he's like, "We got to find a drummer. We got to find a keyboardist. We got to find this and that." And I'm
You
like,
don't need keyboard.
dude, you just need a guitarist, a bass guitarist, and a drummer.
And then
right?
somebody who
ZZ
can
Top.
Somebody who can sing. You need the trio.
Yeah, just ZZ Top.
Texas Trio. ZZ Top. Let's see. The Police. They were a trio.
The Police was
Rush was a trio.
Sure.
Let's see. I'm a big fan of John Mayer Trio. Yeah. See what I mean? Fucking Jimi Hendrix. That was a trio.
Yeah, so we've already got the podcast. We might as well,
You want to start a band, bro?
Yeah, we might as well heavily lean into the old, middle-aged white guy stereotype.
I mean, I got a garage.
Start up a garage band.
Fuck
We
it.
already got the podcast.
Yeah.
And then you're well on your way with World War II documentaries and smoking meat.
Well, yeah.
So
I drink beer. I mean, like, yeah, I'm definitely. I mean, I'm in my mid-30s, and I'm a middle-aged man.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I'll be the handyman.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need more tools.
Okay, so my rich uncle, so my mom's younger sister, Aunt Debbie's husband, he mechanical motherfucker. Been rebuilding drag cars since high school, and
Oh, shit.
yeah, he just looks at something and goes, this goes here, and he can
He
fix
gets it.
He can he's just a mechanical motherfucker. He can fix anything. And there was a couple times in high school where I used to take my little S10 out, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Like there was one time specifically, my disc brakes, because the front was rotors and the back was disc brakes. And I'm like, I'm having trouble stopping. And he goes, you probably just got a problem with your brakes. Just,
Bring it by.
Can you make it out to the country? I mean, we can work on it. So he took the whole fucker apart, like the whole disc brake assembly. He goes, oh yeah, this is your problem. Let's go to the store. And it was a $7 part. And then he bought a $200 tool. He goes, every time we do a project, I make sure I buy a tool, because that way I have the tool. It didn't even need the tool.
Nope.
He just had an excuse to buy a tool.
Yes.
And he just has the entire collection of tools.
Yes.
Because he's probably one of the smartest motherfuckers I've ever met. I mean,
probably.
Yeah.
If he can do that, probably.
Yeah, he worked for the gas company for 25, 30 years and retired. He's retired and he's bored and he.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, I had to change the grease in my wife's KitchenAid mixer today. Yeah.
Take that whole fucker apart.
And so I took it apart. I've taken it apart once.
But a bunch of screws on the bottom.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Bunch of screws on the bottom, and there's a grease
sides,
port.
Yeah. Some sides, and you pop it off, and then there's the gear assembly cover. You pop the cover off, and you get all the grease and the gears and all that stuff. And so I popped it off to be like, all right, cool. This is kind of what I need. I've got the screw head to take all the screws out, all that stuff. Cool.
Well, were they Allen head screws?
No.
Oh, they were actual screws?
Square head.
What? Well, square head. Okay,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah. So I had those, but then I overlooked one because the person I was kind of piggybacking off of YouTube
See?
had a tilt stand, where ours is the straight, like fixed stand mixer. So I'm like, oh shit. He's showing me stuff to do that I can't do on this one because it's not a tilt stand.
Yeah. But that's just extra parts.
So it's just extra parts. Yeah. So I'm looking at it and I go, oh, you know what? If I want to drop this part out, I need to take out this exterior ring. Oh, crap. I don't have the little gear ring plier bullshit.
Oh, yeah. We have those at work.
Yeah. So I'm like, there's only one person I know that does, because I've played with them before when I was growing up.
Your dad.
So I called Fred at 9 o'clock this morning.
I'm raiding your toolbox.
Hey, no, not even that. I'm like in the kitchen with like medical gloves on so I don't get grease all over my hands. Like,
whatever.
Hey, can you bring me those exterior
you had
ring
him delivered?
pliers?
You're an asshole.
He came and dropped them off.
You're an asshole.
So, and he came back and picked them up.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I've gotten a little better at mechanical shit working at the paper factory because my factory line is more specialized. We're the oddball out of all the lines. We have different equipment than every other line in the entire factory. So it's usually if I don't figure it out, then we have a maintenance crew. They can't figure it out either. So usually it's me that diagnoses the problem.
Yep.
And then I have maintenance go and fetch me parts.
Yeah.
But I have gotten better at diagnosing, oh, no, that's what's fucked up. You know, this one specific thing. I need this part. Oh, we don't have that part. How do I fix it?
Yeah.
And then it's a lot of jerry rigging. And it's a temporary fix until You know,
Until we
the
get the
part
part.
is, you know, it's a very specialized thing. You got to order from fucking Italy or some
Yep.
shit, and it's a
gonna
week
be
out.
here in a month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a week out or a month out or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, I've gotten better at diagnosing problems mechanically, but I'm still not perfect.
I like to say I know enough mechanically to get me in trouble.
Yeah, no shit.
I know
Yes.
I know just enough to get me in trouble.
Yes.
I have the confidence that I can look at it and kind of understand what's supposed to happen, but then I have the overconfidence that I can fix it.
That is a slippery slope there, bud.
It is a very slippery
It's a
slope.
very slippery slope.
Yeah. Like, case in point, we had an elevator rescue,
Oh,
At
that's
work the other day.
fun.
right? And it was very, so it was non-emergent at work, right? So we go there. By the time we get there, person's already out, right? The person who was stuck in the elevator's door opened,
Finagled their way out.
already out, right?
Oh, hey, you okay? Okay, cool.
So we get there and we talk to the building administrators, and we're like, yeah, so let's look at this, make sure it's still okay. And they're like, yeah, we just had our elevator service guy out, 30 minutes before this happened.
Cone or Otis?
I don't know. Not
They
quite.
both service the area.
Yeah, no clue. So
Depends. I think there's a line somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's only like 3 companies nationwide
That
that
service
service elevators.
elevators?
Yeah.
So we're like, okay,
They're stretched pretty thin.
yeah. So we're like, okay, well that's fine.
Keep riding elevators though.
We're going to test it.
Usually they work.
Yeah. So we're like, we're going to test it while we're here. Right, we've got our specialty keys and all that stuff to open the doors.
Your
if it gets-
firefighter keys.
Yeah, our firefighter
So here's a
kits.
question. Actually, thinking about it, if I go into a random elevator and it's working, and I hit a firefighter button, like a panic button, does that ping to the fire department?
I'm not 100% sure. I think so.
Does it? I've never,
If it doesn't ping to the fire department, I think
pings to somebody at the hotel
it
and they
pings
call.
to the alarm system, who then calls our dispatch.
Okay, they have-
and calls us.
They actually have a human body that
Yeah.
calls to the.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
I don't know. I'm
never
not quite sure.
never had to hit the button.
Because I just answered
Every
the call.
elevator, literally every elevator I've ever been in has worked.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So
I got a good streak going.
we test this elevator, and the elevator doors work, but then we go a step above and beyond.
Oh.
We're like, well, you know what?
Were you John McClane it and open the top hatch and
No,
Oh.
not quite.
cross
not
the
quite that.
ductwork and
It was
throw Alan Rickman off a building?
It was while we're here. let's go
Alan
ahead.
Rickman's already dead. You can't kill him again.
Jesus. We're like, while we're here,
Obviously, I'm trying to derail you.
I know
It's not working.
no. While we're here, we might as well.
You want to tell your work story.
I do. All right, because I fucked up and then I fixed it. Right. So, once again, mechanically inclined enough to get myself in trouble. So we're like, while we're here, we might as well do some training. Right. It's been a while since we've all opened elevator doors and such like that. So
Was it just like a pry bar?
So there's a little key that, the little circle in the door, the exterior door.
Yeah.
We have specialty keys that'll go in that hole and trip the latch to slide that door open. Mm-hmm. And then there's the interior door.
Right. There's 2 sets of doors.
Right. And so we got the exterior door open easily. And then we went to open the interior door, and it flew open and then slammed about halfway open, and it stopped moving. And so it's halfway open, slammed open, pressure against it, so we couldn't shove it back closed and reset it. So we just looked at the administrative staff and was like, you might want to call your elevator repair guy out because we might have fucked up your elevator.
Unbelievable.
Doing this training real quick. And so we had a guy there with 40 years of experience, right? One of our crewmates had 40 years of experience in the fire service,
Impressive.
right?
Old ass motherfucker.
And so he started when he was 17, 18.
Old ass
And
motherfucker.
So he's looking.
He's been doing it way too long.
He's been doing it long enough that he's seen a thing or two. So he knows a thing or two.
that is how it works.
So,
Usually.
so he's like, Yeah, we should be able to push up on this part and throw it past, center and get it to want to close. And we try that, and we try it, and we try it, and we're like, it's like, John, it's not going. And so he's like, all right, well, I don't know what this door is stuck on then. And I look in, I'm like, oh, I see it. It's stuck on the exterior door. So we very precariously stick one of our hands in between the interior and
Come on,
exterior
man. Safety
door,
first. God damn.
pop a little pry bar to decompress like this flange, and then get the interior door to open all the way. And then we try it. Works fine. So we literally fixed the problem as the elevator repairman was walking up to us.
Oh, that actually, the elevator repairman, that's timely service.
Yes. So we're like, this is what happened. It's fine as long as, firefighters don't fuck with it.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
You're not fucking mechanics.
No.
What'd you think of my $18 bourbon?
For $18, it's really fucking good.
Pretty fucking good. I think that Ancient Age, I think that it's from Buffalo Trace. It's unfinished. It's not mellowed as long as Buffalo Trace. That's why it's $18 instead of $23. I was at the store today and I saw Buffalo Trace for $23.
God. I can really taste the $5 difference
Can you?
in my sophisticated palate that loves Jameson's. I can taste the
Whatever.
the
There's
difference.
there's a bottle of Proper 12 waiting for you at Club Rick.
Half a bottle.
Half a bottle because you're the only one that fucking drinks it.
You're welcome.
This has been another episode of the Buzz Basin Bros podcast. Find us on Instagram. Email us at buzzbasinbrospodcast@gmail.com. Fucking, if you don't want to listen to Andrew ramble about fixing shit for 30 minutes,
All right, listen here, motherfucker.
email us a fucking something to talk
That was at most 15.
ish. I might have talked about bourbon for like 10. 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
So you can't pin.
My name is Aaron.
And I'm Andrew.
And we out. That'll do, pig. That'll do.
That'll do.